There are certain things in life that are only fun with other people. Amusement parks, horror movies, crack, meth, Mario Party. I could go on. But anyway, go see Friendship. I'm not sponsored, but it's a really great movie to see with other people. Or fuck it, see it by yourself. I won't judge. This video has no spoilers for Friendship, but I would still recommend going in raw if you can. The mid-2000s era of summer comedies may have been degenerative, but there were some actual gems that came out of it, that were good movies in their own respect, but more importantly, they were funny. And now, we have to settle for whatever jokes they squeeze into Marvel movies. If those comedies are like the amusement park, then a movie like Citizen Kane is like reading a book. Reading is good for you, and I like to read, but sometimes I want to ride a roller coaster. And that's what Friendship is, a roller coaster. I respect the hell out of a movie that just commits entirely to one aspect, because in my opinion, a movie that does one thing well is better than a movie that does 100 things poorly. And this movie does comedy. Walking out of the theater, my friend pointed out how there really isn't a plot here. We follow Tim Robinson's character through all this shit, and that's it. His life is so fucking sad. However, it's almost cathartic to see him ruin his life in ways that are comedic, but also entirely his fault. Like, we all might be going through some stuff, but at least none of us are this guy. He's so pathetic that it makes me feel better about myself by comparison. Maybe that's just me, but I think it was very intentional on the part of the filmmakers. Don't get me wrong, you do feel bad for him at the beginning, but as you'll hopefully see for yourself, that quickly fades. The characters, while each being bizarre in their own respect, are all surprisingly human in a way. I can't really describe it. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Paul Rudd's character is introduced to be this perfect person, but as we get to know him more, the more the cracks in the foundation begin to show, and we start to see some of his imperfections bubbling to the surface. Everyone in this movie is uniquely flawed, and sometimes entire jokes are just how seemingly unflawed a side character is. The movie feels like one long I think you should leave sketch. You know how those sketches become more absurd as they develop? Well, it's the same here. The jokes get better and crazier as the movie progresses, and without giving too much away, I'll just say that the ayahuasca toad scene had me laughing really hard. So don't feel discouraged by the first 10 or 20 minutes like I was. The humor also helps to develop the story. Most of the jokes only exist to develop a scene or a character. It's never just the funny character says something funny because we want a joke. That's not what this movie's going for. For instance, there's a certain joke about a character not owning a smartphone, and the payoff for this joke is so clever that it just seems obvious. We not only see this character in a completely new light, but it also makes us distrust what the movie shows us, because everything that we see is from the point of view of Tim Robinson. Like, there aren't any scenes that take place without him in the room. So the characters could be completely different people when they're not around him, and we wouldn't know. The first scene in the movie sets up Tim Robinson's relationship with his wife so perfectly, and their dynamic, with neither of them really caring about the other's feelings all that much. And it does this with just a few jokes. I love a movie that doesn't waste my goddamn time. That's not to say that it isn't a slow burn, because it definitely is, but it's more of a slow buildup of tension and stakes before that ending kicks you right in the balls. The third act is so sad, but also realistic. Well, not realistic, but it's consistent. Like, yeah, it makes sense that this character would do that in this situation, no matter how uncomfortable it makes me feel. Obviously, the ending is hilarious if you've ever seen it, but it's really only funny because of how sad it is. The only response that I could have to something like this is to just laugh at it. It's kind of like that quote that goes, "When you see the world as it truly is, you can either laugh or shoot yourself." That's a bullshit quote. That's fucking bullshit. Some douchebag said that. But with this movie, it's an exception, because here, I laughed. So go try to laugh. I don't fucking know. Go see Friendship. Great time out of 10.